Hi, my name's Pammy, and I'm a campfire girl.
Yes, this is our little Pam Curious. Isn't she adorable? She was a great campfire girl, and she earned all the badges. Cooking, sewing, babysitting, helping the elderly, camping, bungee jumping, alligator wrestling, gun maintenance, sculpture, yodeling, extreme sheep herding, and her favorite, dress for success.
And I always button my blouses to the very
If you entered Pam's kindergarten class, it wouldn't be unusual to see her sitting under the piano. Her teacher put her there for talking too much. So as you can see, things haven't changed very much. Pam went to Rochester Adams High School and was a one-woman counterculture. Because no matter what the style was, she always dressed the opposite way. Believe it or not, Pam went to high school with Madonna. Yes, that Madonna. The Material Girl herself. Madonna's conservative wardrobe greatly influenced Pam. Seriously, Madonna didn't even want to expose her arms and legs for the annual Maypole dance. As we know, Madonna went on to greater fame and even scantier clothes, but not our Pam.
I always button my top to the very, very top.
Pam was interested in acting and won some important roles. One day, Pam's family was alarmed to hear her yelling in the bathroom. Little did they know her teacher had threatened to take away her part in The Crucible unless her projection improved. Needless to say, her performance was a real scream. Pam was serious about flute lessons, but fate intervened. During an early but traumatic flute lesson, Pam found herself in dental gridlock when her new braces latched themselves onto the flute, and it took the jaws of life to Pam attended Taylor University in Indiana as a communication and theater arts major. For clearly she had a lot of time on her hands. During one summer break, Pam took a bike tour from San Diego to Tucson, and she fell in love with the Southwest. So that in 1952, Pam moved to Phoenix with her friend Cheryl and got an apartment on the west side. She worked as an assistant editor for the Black Mountain News, to the great delight of all 12 subscribers. Despite a Pulitzer nomination, Pam quit her job and went back to Michigan. On the return flight, the stewardess, that's what they used to call them then, had severe appendix attack, causing a very long layover. It was then that she met her future husband, Jim, and after a whirlwind courtship, married in 1983. Pam was a stay-at-home mom with her children, Kyle, Kelsey, and Colton. It was then she began working at the preschool, where she set an example of modesty for all the children.
And I always button my blouse to the very
no big.
First Baptist Church of Scottsdale became a very important part of Pam's life during her 40s. She was active in the church choir, bringing joy to the service with her enthusiastic smile. Pam was an invaluable member of Acts, where she got pigeonholed into playing motherly roles. She played the part of wife and mother in so many sketches with so many different men that people were starting to talk. But she was always the exemplary woman.
And I always button my blouse.
knock to Dr. Atkins, whose diet transformed her into what she is today, a hussy.
Wait, it wasn't a fluke, it was a trumpet.
I got all the information from Bernice.
The trumpet. And I was the managing editor.
And there were 14 subscribers, not 13.
John, I'm sorry for the birthday girl. We really expect you guys to party for a long time tonight. We're not done. We just
Find my bananas.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pam. Happy birthday to you. So we have lots of chocolate in the fountain, which expect you to eat.
We're here for that.
Stick around for a while. Yeah, I missed something, huh?